What's up, y'all? Thank you so much for tuning in. You are now tapping into the people I live with this show reason to dissect and discuss our experiences as kids. I'm your host, Erica Green.
I am your other host, Jonathan Green, John Green, however you want to address me, by all means.
Period.
I'm your guest host, David Green.
I'm the real guest host, Amaris, the real one.
Shout out to Am. She's been hanging out with us all the way from Huntsville, Alabama.
I don't even know what's going on anymore with this host thing.
We've been loving Am with us. Am is the real of the real. She is truly her mother's daughter. If you know my Auntie Pam is the realest of the real. So is Am.
Yeah.
Apple does not fall far from the tree, honey. So we just been chatting up with Am. We've been loving it. So Am, to kind of talk about a conversation we had just off air just a second ago. So how did you feel when people encroach upon your parents? And encroach can mean like, you feel like, how did you feel when they used to show up to things like family holidays, family emergencies, family whatever, something that was definitely for a family and people would show up? Like, when did you feel people would like bombard onto your family, onto your mom?
It was mad annoying. Because like you'll see them, so like you'll hear people knocking at the door and you're like, all of y'all are here. Who the heck is at the door? Right? Like, who's at the door now? Nobody else should be coming.
Didn't nobody go out and get no like drinks or nothing? Like we got all our supplies and everything.
Listen, so it would be mad annoying. Like, where are you coming from? Why? Why must you be here? Don't you have your own family? Where's your family? They don't love you? We don't want to love you anymore either.
We say this, Johnny. Don't we say this every episode?
Bro,
we say this every episode. Bro, where's your family? Go find them.
They don't feel neglected. Like, you don't want to go show them some love. They want to love you. Tell them you want to love them.
Bro, it's Christmas, dude. What are you doing over here
what are you doing over at our
Well,
house?
you don't want people to be alone. Yes, I do. I want them to be alone. Alone.
Amaris.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
Solitude
That's real.
is the best relaxation.
It is.
Bro, it is. I'm 30. I know it is.
Love thyself. That is the motto.
Amaris.
Bro, that is so good. Man, it used to always get on my nerves. Like, I know I said this before on a previous episode. Like, when when our parents are like sitting and they're in a room solving the world's problems, their brother and sister, like, they're not Pastor Chris, Bishop Raphael. They're not. It's Auntie Pam. It's my dad. There's Uncle Ray. It's Uncle Johnny. It's Auntie Cynthia. It's like everybody's there. It's grandma and grandpa. Like, they're family. Like, the conversation is I can't even describe how their conversations go, because it's not even like, it's not pastoral or anything like that. Like, they actually talk about other things besides the word of God, people. Okay. So
everything is interconnected.
Exactly. Everything is interconnected. 100%. So it's just like it's when people like always like when they showed up, then all of a sudden like the whole atmosphere of the house changes. And it's just like now we can't be, now none of us can be ourselves because you walked in the door.
Do you see that?
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Really?
Definitely.
I don't mean to be pointing at people, but yes, the whole atmosphere of the house changes when you walk in the door. We can't even be ourselves. So we ain't gonna, which is the reason why we don't talk to you, or we only say 1 or 2 word answers when you walk in the door or you ask us something.
Yeah.
The first time you all came. I
just need to get that out. I'm good.
I remember the first time you all came after you had moved from Harrisburg, and we were all so tight. Like, why are you all asking for his time as if he lives here? They don't live here. We don't see them just like you. But we love them, and they are ours. We share DNA. Go find your family. If they don't get you on this trip, then you just gotta take that L.
You
just take the L. That's it.
No, it's facts.
No, that's true. That's
facts.
true.
Yo, that's big facts.
Because it's just like when we would come back and visit, it would a lot of times be like, yeah, like we want to see family. Like
we're
like
coming to see family. That's it. That's our
Like,
whole goal.
Like
Listen,
we'll see other
to
people.
See you and
we
want to catch up, and I have so many things going on. Well, you gonna have them going on when I leave, so just catch me up on give me a ring.
No, we have an 18. We got like a 15-hour trip back. You can give me a cell phone call.
We got
we
Zoom.
Good.
You know what I mean? We got email.
We can talk another day.
At the time we had Skype. You could have used Skype.
Skype.
You had options.
You had options. You could have called.
That's hilarious. So I think that's funny because like I talk about this all the time. How like Uncle Chris and Auntie Girl like my favorite people in the world, but like they make their rounds. You know what I mean? Like they have to stop by this person's house and Elder so and so's house and Pastor so, and then before they even get to us, they don't get to us first. They have to go to Elder so-and-so's house and this person's house. So, like, we literally crammed 2 years worth of information and 2 years worth of cramped information
into one night
in like 2 hours. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's hard,
which is why like intentionally like because that was when they were in their like still in their pastoral mode, if you will, and they just felt like they had to do that, and now like. I mean, they're in their 50s, 60s. They don't even care. They're just like, we're going home. We're seeing family. If you want to see us, it's either that's too bad or you better schedule like 2 years in advance at this point. Because at this point, it ain't happening. I'm just going to let anybody who hears this, you live in the St. Louis metro area, and my parents, they ain't coming to see you anymore. I'm sorry, it ain't gonna happen. It's too bad. That time of life is done. It's all right. It's over. Let it go.
Our parents are not as mobile. They're not
let it go.
You no more.
Let it go. You have a life. They have a life
but
too.
But that was hard for them, right?
Yeah.
Like it was extremely hard for them to absolutely draw that line in the sand and make that separation and say this is family time and this is the time that I'm going to be Pastor Chris or Pastor Ray or Sister Pam. Grandma never drew that line. She just come on in. I'm like, no, don't come.
No.
Now, I'm not even saying that my parents won't still try and like do that. I'm at the point where I won't let them do that.
Yeah,
as their son, I ain't gonna let them do that. Much less they gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it either. Honestly,
I think for certain people they will, but like if it's what I mean, because like obviously not saying no names, but like if it's somebody that's been in our lives for 20, 30 years, like we know those people who like they'll come see them. You know what I mean? Like You know what I mean? Like, but I think like
that pool is so small though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's so small now.
Yeah, I agree. But you hated it. Because especially because you live like we got to go home, right? You lived with grandma and grandpa, so you was there the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I had never thought of that.
Remember this one time, this girl. I remember seeing the woman at church one Sunday. We come back the next Sunday. And we walking out to get in the car. This was like when we still had Sunday night services, right? So we're walking out to get in the car. And I'm like, why is she still walking with me? I'm like, Mom, where's she going? She's like, well, she's going to be staying with us for a little bit because she has nowhere else to go.
Excuse me?
Where's she staying? All the rooms in our house are filled. So where is she staying? She's gonna stay in your room and you'll just have to,
I'm gonna have the what? I have the who?
After like
so you just volunteered my bed? Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
After a week I was over it. I was like, when is she leaving? And I wasn't trying to whisper. I wasn't trying to be nice. I wanted my room back. When is she leaving? I thought she was only going to be here for a little bit. Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Like, no. When are you leaving?
That is hilarious. This is Amaris Keys, and this is also Pam Green, her mother. Her mother is very much the same way.
I never thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you here? Why are you in my face? That is.
You know, I never. I just had this thought. Like, we got volunteered for a lot of stuff.
Huh?
We got volunteered because we were past as kids. We got Volun-Told a lot of stuff.
Oh my God!
Not
yes.
volunteered. I'm sorry, Volun-Told.
That's gonna be the title of this episode. Volun-Told. Okay.
There's been a lot of Volun-Tolds.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That church's been cleaned up a few times because of some Volun-Told.
Community Care Day, right there.
I was about to say Community Care Day runners.
That's a lot of Volun-Told.
Yeah.
Do you know what I do on Saturdays now? Absolutely nothing.
Oh.
And I enjoy my nothingness.
It's great. It's great.
Like, you know how they say most people get up on Saturday mornings and start cleaning their house? That's definitely not it.
I don't do nothing.
Definitely not it.
Yeah, 100%. Saturday. Yeah, Saturday's the no do nothing day.
Yep.
I don't even try to.
Love it. I'm sure your kids are grateful for it because
we man,
have the same.
They don't even know.
They don't. They have no idea.
No clue. Hearing commission on the
waking up to commission, like, I guess we going to Community Care Day today.
Either that or smell a Windex in the air with Fred singing.
Well, might as well just get up and start cleaning now.
Byron Cage. Oh my God.
Okay.
Bro.
Brad Hammond.
What?
Bro, what? Crazy. But so
Dawkins and Dawkins playing in the background for no reason. I'm like, oh, dude. Come on, man.
They don't even know. They don't even know.
Wow.
They don't know.
What a...
But so we've been talking about this whole time how, like, you know, you live with grandma and grandpa and things like that with your mom, but obviously, you know, like, that wasn't always the case, you know. So obviously, well, not obviously because people don't know, but so like your parents, you had. You know, you have two parents, your mom and your dad, but they divorced at some point. So, like, I just want to get into, like, what it was like for you going in between two households. Because none of us have had that situation. Like, none of us here on this call have had that situation. I don't think anybody in our family have really had that situation going between two households. So, like, what was that like, you know, going through, like, you know, having parents that divorced and, like, what was that going through? What was that like going through, you know, having our family side and do like your dad's side? Like, what was that like?
Hard and depressing.
Depressing? Why?
Yeah, because you have to choose, right? You have to live. I remember telling my mom, I have to live in two different worlds. I don't just have one life to live. I have to live in two different worlds constantly, all the time. And it's never that I chose to do it. It's not even that I just happen to whatever. That's my life. I have to physically and literally dwell in two worlds at the same time. So, like, we had some of our best moments being with you guys. Then when we had to, especially in the summers were very, very hard for us. We had to go with my dad for 6 weeks out of the summer, and we were the only kids.
Wow.
So it was hard, and it was hard dealing with the things that we were already dealing with, and then not knowing, you don't know how to deal with them as a kid, and you already can't talk to your parents because they're dealing with it too, and they're trying to hold everything else together to make it as normal as possible, not realizing that there is no more normalcy, right? So you have to create the new normal.
Right.
They didn't know that. Right. And it's not to say that I fault my parents for that, but they didn't know any better.
Sure.
Some things I felt like they needed to know better, right? But they didn't.
Yeah.
So my question would be, how did that affect your relationship with God?
I didn't know how to trust him.
Wow.
Right? So I had moments where it was like I had to rely on God to get me through certain situations, but it was never like how you hear people saying, "Oh, I tried God this way and he always showed up on time." Like, no. It was literally always either God is here for me or he's not. And if he's not, I don't hate you for it, but I don't know what else to do. So I got to figure it out.
Right. Right. And it's also important to note that like obviously like we come from a family where like there's not many divorces, right? So like we don't come from that kind of environment. So like we don't I don't want to necessarily say that we don't know how to handle it, but it's like that's not something that we're necessarily familiar with. So that there's also that. But also like how did you just I don't know, like how did you deal with like how what was the difference like between like our side, like your mother's side, like the green side versus like your dad's side? Like, was there like a stark difference between going to the two households? Like, what was that like?
Definitely different. On both sides, I live with my grandparents, right?
Okay.
My dad had his own house and whatever, but it just wasn't. It was lifeless.
It wasn't
it was lifeless.
It wasn't a home.
No, right?
Yeah.
So we hated being in that house, and we would just always be in my grandparents' house. So we just started staying there. It's literally the difference between sugar and salt, right? They both look the same. You have two houses, you have two families, but they're just different. They're different.
Wow. I never knew that. Yeah. So I want to know, like, because like I said, like being that, like, literally, like, not many of us have gone through that, like, divorce. So, like, did you feel any different? Did you feel any kind of way? Because, like, none of us had the situation of, like, going to one parent's house versus another parent's house, but you and Justin did. Like, did you feel any different than us? Like, did you feel any kind of way about that? Or how did you feel about having to go between houses?
I have going between the two houses didn't bother me. It was being myself at both homes that made it hard. Okay. Like I had to be the peacekeeper.
What do you mean by that?
So that made it. Nothing can go wrong, so that there has to be. So that I feel the way that I felt being with you guys at my dad's house. Because if things went wrong, then it just went wrong. It when it went left, it went
all the way
green and left, like left. so I mean, it just I got accustomed to having to be the peacemaker. So like I remember the last time that we went to court with my dad about custody or whatever, and he was of course upset, and my natural inclination was to go and make sure he was okay, but I wanted out. Okay. I didn't want to be there. I wanted out, but I didn't, you know what I mean? Like you don't want to see them be hurt, but I don't want you to think that I'm here for you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all right situation.
And I was 12 at the time. I remember after we left court, and I told my mom, I was like, I just need to go get my stuff, because I had clothes and stuff at the house that I wanted. But it was just like I'm not here for you. I'm here for my stuff. But I just came to get my stuff and to go home. Right. And I walk in the house and he's going off on 1,000 different rants, and I'm just like, I just want to get my stuff. Please just let me get my things so I can go home.
Yeah. I can understand that. I feel like I'm talking enough. So Johnny or Dave, if you feel like you have questions, go ahead. I feel like I've been talking about
I'm just listening.
Yeah, that was just me absorbing everything that because for me, like what Erica said, like it's one of those things like I was somewhat aware of as a kid, like just like Am and Justin's dad was never there. Like it was just Auntie Pam, Justin and Am. Like
and
for me, that was normal. Like I never saw Uncle Greg. Like to this day, I don't even know what the man looks like. I really don't.
And that was at Am's. That was at your high school graduation. I remember this. At your high school graduation, that was the only time I remember meeting him. That was the only time.
I'd never met the. If I did meet the man, I might have been too young.
And I didn't think he was gonna come.
To your high school graduation?
Mm-mm.
I remember that
because all of you guys were there, so I didn't think he was gonna come.
No, I remember.
I don't even remember.
I remember. There's only a few high school graduations I remember. I remember yours and Gabby's and Courtney's. That's it. Like I don't remember Ariel. I wasn't there for y'all. It's like Chris, or not Chris. I don't remember Chris's. I wasn't there for Johnny's and Dave's. But I remember yours. I remember Gabby's. I remember Courtney's. Like so, yeah,
me and Davis were in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So.
And I remember Chris and Johnny and David. They graduated from 8th grade.
Yeah,
and then they had Chris's on the same day, and I was like, this is weird. Why would y'all do that to them? Like, this is weird.
I literally have no recollection of that day. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's a wild time.
Ours was in like the morning, and his was at night. And
yeah. I was like, what the crap? What is this now?
Ghetto. That's what that was. Ghetto.
Ghetto.
No, I just had one question. Did you ever feel like anyone at Metro judged like your family with everything that was going on? Just like
that's a good question.
At any point?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay, that's good.
That's good.
That's good.
They may have, and they may have even said it to me, but at the point, like it's funny now, but as a kid, I was extremely angry.
Yeah.
Right.
Because of everything that was going on, living in two worlds, having to be, I don't know, double-minded all the time. That's why I can have like 7 different conversations and keep up with all of them, right? Like you have to be able to, maneuver and think fast and be always on it, right? You can't be caught slipping. It just doesn't happen. Right. So I lashed out differently than Justin did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Justin's natural personality is to be extremely social. Mine was different. Like if I didn't feel safe around you, or I didn't think that I could be safe around you, I'm just gonna reject the whole idea of you.
Okay. That's fair.
That's very fair.
I think that's fair.
That's very fair. Yeah.
That's fair, and I think that also people have to recognize like kids are different. Like. We have not had the chance of having Justin on the show. Hopefully, we're speaking to existence that Justin will be on the show to have the chance to have a conversation with him. But we don't know Justin's truth. I didn't know your truth. Like I said, like all I knew was that like Auntie Pam and your dad, they got divorced. But I was very young at the time, so I never really knew the story and things like that. So I knew that you lived with grandma and grandpa, at their old house, the one that burned down, and like at their new house, you know what I mean? So but I never knew the story. So I just feel like I'm just glad to kind of get your perspective, because I just I'm one of the littles, the younger cousin, so I just never knew. So I'm just grateful to hear it all.
But when you were born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Justin fell in the fountain.
What?
Oh yeah, when you were born, yo, that was such a good. That day was hilarious, dude.
And he had to get clothes from Uncle Mark.
Justin literally fell in the fountain.
What?
Legitimately fell in the
fountain. And we told him, was like, yo, you're gonna fall. But he wanted to walk around the outside of the fountain.
No, I'm not.
You're gonna fall in.
No, I'm
and
not.
He fell in. And he fell in.
That's hilarious.
He had to wear those pink pants and them kids.
That's right. Bro.
That is so funny.
And Uncle Mark was tall, so those pants were baggy.
I did not know that.
Bro.
Oh my gosh. So Amp, is there anything else that you remember, like just going in that period, going through that process and having to like still be at Metro, still be at church, still be that pastor's kid, but also have to go to that other side as well?
On my dad, when we were with my dad, he just, you know, you have those people that don't believe in the church physical,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah, it made no sense. His real logic behind it didn't make any sense. But as I got older, I was able to understand where things came from.
Yeah.
Like me and my dad can talk now, and I can understand him a lot better than then. Cause then I would be like, "Yo, what are you talking about?"
Right.
What? But now I can understand it. And then being at Metro, I won't say that it saved me, but it made such a difference, such a huge impact. Right? I remember one time I was just tired. I was tired of being angry. I was tired of being hurt. I was tired of just not being, to me, like the rest of y'all. Like, to me, y'all had personality for days and you had all of these friends and whatnot. Now, I know they weren't really friends, but, you know, like at the time, it just seemed like you always had people. And I remember one Sunday, and I went to church, and I was just over it. And the Spirit of God moved through that service. We were in youth, and I remember praying, and I was like, God, I don't want to be like this anymore. And that Sunday is when things changed for me. One person in particular that I can remember that was extremely impactful to my life, and it's weird when you grow up and you lose touch with people, right? It's weird knowing how impactful they were to your life.
Yeah.
But I am extremely, extremely thankful that I met this person, and they were able to see beyond me just being how I was, to say, hey, I care.
Yeah.
Right. Unconditionally.
Yeah. Like without strings, without wanting something back from me, or without wanting to get information or whatever. Like just caring. And they never showed up to anything. They never showed up to anything that they were not invited to at all, ever, to this day. To this day.
Just tell me what this is. When we stop recording, you have to tell me what this is when we start recording. I'm serious now. But that's awesome.
No, that is really good.
That's awesome.
I think, I could agree with that. I feel like even just growing up in Metro, like seeing so many fake people, the people that like really stood out, like, I thank God you were around, because I don't know
what would have happened.
How I would have turned out. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Did you guys? This is a question for all of you guys, actually. Did you guys ever at any point feel awkward talking to any of the cousins about something? Because it was just like, I feel like I can't talk to y'all about this because it is family business, and I don't know how to talk about this, and I don't want to talk about it with y'all, so I need to find somebody else to talk to it.
Yeah, I think if it involved your parent, yeah. If it involves your mom or your dad or and there, to this day, there's still things I haven't talked about, like where it might have, you know what I mean, but like I just so I just to answer your question, yes,
I don't think, just based off my personality and some of the things that I already did while when we were in St. Louis, no, I always felt comfortable talking to you guys more than anybody else, and still to this day, I would say I still feel more comfortable talking to you guys about most things than anybody else that I know in my life, personally.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if it's that I'm more comfortable, but it's just I can talk to you guys and use all the functions of my brain. Right? I don't have to try to
That's a great way to.
That's a great way of putting it
down. Put it in morsels so you get it. Like no, I need you to be able to see my entire picture without me pointing out every detail.
Right.
Well, yeah, and that's fair. And also, there's no judgment. Like if anybody that gets where you're coming from, it's us. Gosh dang it! Like you know what I mean? Like it's us. I get it. You know what I mean? I get why you don't want to go this route or why you feel this way, or why you don't want to talk to this person. I understand. You know what I mean? So
that's very true.
I feel that for sure.
And it makes it a lot easier knowing that you guys do the same things that I do.
Yeah.
We just didn't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It definitely makes it a lot easier. Like I don't have to feel like, oh, now that you know that I do this, are you gonna look at me weird? Like I don't have to feel like that.
I feel like so many pastors' kids always think they're like alone, and it's just like, am I the only one? Am I crazy?
Kind of just.
I see all this fakeness. I want to do all this stuff. I done some stuff. Like, am I the only one? It's like, nah.
Nah. Like,
I remember one time me and Courtney went to this shindig, and there were, and my whole thing to Courtney was like, if I see somebody that I know, we gotta go. Like I'm not gonna stay. But then we went to this place, and lo and behold, not only somebody that I knew, but somebody that I know knows my mother. Like that'd be the biggest thing. Like that'd be the big. Mom. I look like my mom.
Why are you here?
So I'll see my mom's friends, and they'll be like, "Oh, you look so much like your mom." Like I literally went on a date one day, and I saw them sitting cat according to my table, and I saw the man go like this, "Oh, and he ended up knowing my date.
Lord,
so
have
you
mercy.
know my mom, and then you know my date too. No, I can't date you, bro.
Yeah,
I can't
date you.
Sorry, fam. Like that's
a wrap.
I cannot date you now.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
This person right here just blocked you.
That's it.
We out.
Well, that's not your husband.
It's not.
God,
But so we saw them, and I had to literally tell myself, like, if you're here, you have no room to judge me.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't judge me about anything. Because you shouldn't be here either.
1,000%. Because why are you here? I'm here too. Why are you here?
And then Courtney, super Courtney.
Shout out to Courtney. We love you.
Good old Courtney. We love you, bro.
Love you, Courtney.
Hey. No. You're not saying hey.
Courtney.
Not saying hey.
Courtney had me in trouble, but that's another
Yo, that's hilarious.
Has Courtney
I can hear his voice.
In trouble? No, I'm playing. I'm kidding.
Saving his trials and tribulations.
Yeah, that's so.
His trials and tribulations. Bro.
I'm kidding, Courtney. I love you. I'm kidding. I'm so kidding. I'm gonna come back to see you in August.
Courtney's just a ticket to fun, you know?
Yeah.
No, big facts.
That's why I'm coming back to see him in August, Courtney. I'm coming back to see you in August. I'm coming, so. Yeah.
Bro.
I am coming. I really
Are you going to Kansas City?
Yes.
People say that all the time.
I went once before and it was super lit. It was super fun. We had the best time. Courtney's like my favorite person.
All right. So, I got 2 more questions for you, and then I guess wherever else we want to go with this.
Okay.
Okay.
So what have you learned about yourself now that you're older and you're a grown, mature pastor's kid?
That discernment is real.
Ooh.
Right?
Lord have mercy.
Like it's real. And
yes, Lord.
I remember as a kid, they would say stuff to us like, God's going to make it so that you can't do what everybody else does. You're going to stick out like a sore thumb. I didn't want to stick out. Don't stick me out. Lord, blend me in. Blend me in.
Blend God, blend.
Blend, Lord.
Blend
Blended, Lord.
And now I'm really grateful for it though, right? Because it saved us, right? It saves our lives, right? Literally, it saves our lives. Like knowing you shouldn't be doing this, the Lord let you get caught, and everybody else get away with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I tell y'all, there's one, I was joking in a class once, and like everybody was joking. I'm getting jokes off, and the teacher takes me in the back in the middle of class, and she was just like, "Why are you doing that? Like, you're not like those other kids. Like, don't do that. Like,
don't you hate those conversations?
She was just like, I see so much more in you than what you're doing. And I was like, oh my, don't tell me.
Bro, I can't. I just can't.
Don't they got potential too? What you mean? No, not me.
Every child is a star. What are you saying?
There's no stupid questions.
Man, I was so mad about that because that's true. I hated that. I'm just like, look, why are you doing this? Like, Lord snatching you up like with like at a like the Apollo stage, just like you just need to come on, just get off the stage. You know what I'm saying? It's time. Just go get off. You know you don't need to be here. I'm like, but I want to be here.
I chose to come, Lord. Like,
yeah, I did, Lord.
Jesus let me stay. Can I stay, Lord?
I was prepared to sin, Lord. I was ready.
Like you settle it within yourself. Like I'm doing this. I'm doing this right now.
Doing it today.
I was dressed to sin. Okay. You thought I got a fresh cut for me? No.
Nah, Lord.
No.
I don't like it.
No. I was trying to be a hussy tonight. And you just
Johnny,
said no.
Wait,
I planned every moment today. I planned it all today.
That's crazy though, right? Like how we know we're not supposed to be doing something or be somewhere. But we make up our mind like this is gonna be the final decision. Like we're just gonna go do it.
Yeah.
On your way you get a ticket, your tire get flat, you run out of gas, everything goes wrong.
Somebody need a ride somewhere right now because they're stranded. Like,
can you come help me?
I left my wallet at home.
Listen,
never get my wallet right.
that mama calling thing. I'll be like, listen.
Yo, the Lord is a snitch. He do be snitching. He be telling people.
He be telling grandma most of all, and I'd be like, listen, don't be telling grandma nothing, because I don't need nobody calling me.
I don't need the last person I need you to tell is grandma right now.
I don't want to be having to try to not lie, but lie at the same time. Like, no.
Man, I hate because I get a text like, I'm praying for you. Like, don't pray for me today.
Yes.
Yes. Don't pray for me today. I woke up this morning ready. Yeah.
I woke up this morning ready to sin.
Ready. Go. Planned it out. Had a whole plan.
Yeah, right.
Bro.
Johnny, what's your second question, bro?
My last question is, what would you say to other pastors' kids that are still struggling with how you grew up and the things that you dealt with? Whether they're still in it, at the beginning of it, what have you, what would you say to those pastors' kids?
Drown out the noise and just follow the truth and follow Christ. Because people are always going to be people no matter what. You will meet people that are going to be genuine, and those are people that you trust. But don't put a whole lot of stock into people that you meet. It doesn't matter how good they make you feel, how warm and fuzzy, how great the conversation may be. People will be people.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
I understand.
It is okay.
Try not to let the pressure of who they say you're supposed to be cloud out who God has actually called you to be.
You better talk. You better talk.
You better go ahead, girl.
Because that be it, don't it? That be
it. That's the word right there. That's the word right there. That's it. We done. That's it. It's over.
But wait, I have a question. So So I asked this the last time. I'm gonna ask this every single episode. So
yeah, that's right. Yep.
Given, if you had the opportunity, right? So like, let's say God, whoever was like, okay, look, so we get to go back to the beginning of your lifetime. You get to pick the same life that you had, or you get to pick a different life. Would you say would you want to pick, the same life that you had growing up in church, growing up as a pastor's kid? Everything that you would do, or would you want to go through a separate life or a different life?
Can I say both? I will one part.
You pick one.
That's a tough question.
And question?
That's a tough question.
Pick one. We all said same. I said same, different. I would choose out. See sides of both. These two down here said same.
I wouldn't change his name.
Same but different.
I said the only thing with the different thing is like, would our family be as close?
Yeah.
I think they would.
You think so?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. That's my only little thing.
With the traumas that we've had to go through and endure, and with the connecting places, the times, the pieces, the people that we've had to withstand with each other. If we didn't have those, we would be just like the regular family. Like, right? I mean, we regular, but we super regular. How about that?
Yeah.
super regular. I like that. I'm keeping that.
We super regular. We hella regular.
Super regular.
Right.
All those trials and tribulations we went through.
We went through. Bro, we went through.
Like, for real.
I agree. Right. And I say all the time, like, bro, the things that we gone through, bro, we should not be talking. Like, not even to be funny. No. Like, we should not.
Like, for real.
Not even being funny. I swear to God. Like, bro, Amos in Huntsville, I'm in St. Louis, Davis in Canada, Johnny's in.
Yeah, it is weird.
Bro, we really should be all just living our separate lives, living our best separate lives, bro. Like, honestly, like, I'm not even being funny, bro. Like, literally, the things that we have gone through, we really should just be. If
the Green family were in the same
only
city,
beating up crowd, family
we would legitimately crowd one room just to be close to each other.
It's weird. It's weird how we are. Like, I tell people about that. Like, it is weird. Like, how close we are. Like, not a bad weird, but it's like it's like special because it's just like we talk. Like, I feel like we tell other people about our relationship. People are like, wait, really? Like, yeah.
They don't believe us.
It's like it's been X amount of years, and then we just hop on a Zoom call and we can all laugh. Like, like no time has passed.
We literally pick up where we last left off.
Or you be listening to people tell you about their life, their family, and be like, "Yo, y'all family crazy."
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like y'all. Like y'all do life like that. Oh.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if we can continue to be friends with this type of energy you got going.
You wilding for real.
Yeah. I mean, even though Erica got that suspect pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie opinion, it's all right. I just can't let people forget about this.
You like both.
You can like both, but what you said is that they're basically the equivalent. Like, there's no difference.
No.
There's a difference.
Which is wrong.
It is. Even the ingredients to make each one of those pies is different.
I thought you could have...
Nah, this is going on the air.
You can have... Oh, that's okay. Put it on the air. You can... That's fine.
Yep.
You can have bomb pumpkin pie and trash pumpkin pie. You can have bomb sweet potato pie and trash sweet potato pie. It's about who makes
Not if I make it.
No, right.
Talk it.
So
let them know.
Somebody that makes
ain't no trash over here.
It doesn't matter. And both bomb
except for pumpkin
pie.
I think pumpkin pie is good. I think pumpkin pie is good.
I've never had homemade pumpkin pie.
But it's not better than... I've had homemade pumpkin pie. Homemade pumpkin pie is really good, but it's not better than sweet potato pie.
It's just
I
not.
think it tastes the same. It tastes the same. It tastes the same.
I feel like now. I feel like your taste buds need deliverance because no.
See, that's what I'm saying.
No.
Yes.
Have
They
you ever
taste the
eaten
same.
squash and sweet potato? Like they do not taste the same. I
That's
don't care
what
how
I'm
much sugar
saying.
you put
I
on
say
it.
it tastes similar. I won't say the same. It tastes similar. Similar.
I can accept similar. I've heard people say they taste similar, but to me
They
they
do
don't.
taste similar.
See that, Dave? Dave,
No.
no.
Look.
Dave, you hear that?
I don't hear nothing.
He said, you said.
Yeah,
You said
Whatever.
that you said.
they do taste similar, but sweet potato pie is better. Like
It
it
is.
goes, you know what I'm saying? It's just better.
It's jumping.
It is.
Sweet
And I
potato
have one
pie
more
is
question,
definitely
and then we'll be out. I have one more question, then we'll be out. So, what would you do differently for your kids? Because you have 2 small kids. What would you do differently for your kids? You know, in regards to like ministry and how you raise them and things like that our parents did, if anything.
Start a church. No, I'm sorry. This is Am's answer.
don't even. Don't start a church.
Ha! That's
Yeah, we're not gonna jump on that one, but
that ain't happening.
I don't know.
That's a tough one, right?
It is. I don't know. I think I would make it so that they feel as important as I feel that they are.
Okay.
Like the time that I spend with them is just as important as me doing something at church.
Okay.
Yeah.
You feel like that's something that you lacked? Do you feel like that's something that you lacked as a kid?
Not lacked, but I would have liked to have seen more of that. Right? I was just talking to my mom earlier today. She was telling me about how because I left a mirror in her playpen, and then I went to go sit on my bed for like 10 minutes. She was like, "You left her by herself?" I said, "You left us at church for 27 hours a day." So what's the difference?
You sure did.
She alright.
You
work
sure did.
herself out.
You didn't know. Actually, let's talk about it. You didn't know whether we got fed or not. We would have been.
Oh, we did. We had Grandpa.
Definitely.
No, I'll never
Benevolence,
forget that
man.
time we were at church so long, and Brother Willie got us some White Castles.
White Castles.
To the day, I will
Yeah.
never forget
Shout out to
that.
Brother
Yeah.
Willie,
To the
bruh.
end of time, I will never
Yeah.
Shout
forget
out to
that.
you, bruh.
I will never
Shout
forget
out
that.
to
We
him.
was hungry. We was hungry.
Man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brother Willie, bruh, because he had his Bible and his belts in 2 different hands. And he really
I'll never forget
Shout out
that.
to Brother Willie, bruh.
I'm appreciative for people like that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
He didn't have to. And I was like, oh my God.
He really didn't
I
have
will
to.
never
we
forget
was hungry.
that.
Because I think he
Hungry.
like I think he really caught on to the fact like, yo, y'all are really here all day. Like, no,
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
all day.
I think he was one of the first people who actually like witnessed it. Like, no, we for real.
Yeah, no, we wasn't being like hyperbolic.
lying.
No, we was here like all day. Like
We
a lot.
here all day.
The church opened at 9. We there at 9 o'clock. Not 9:05, 9:15.
8.
We there at 9.
What? 8:30. What do you?
Right.
Johnny and Dave were probably there at like 7.
Yeah, we were there at
Shout out
8,
for Chris.
8:30.
Bruh. When I say in college, there I definitely had a stint of just not going to church because it's just I'm just tired of going. Like I just want to enjoy. I want to enjoy my
100%.
weekend like everybody else enjoy their weekend. This what y'all sleep in? This is great, and then go to Denny's.
Then you
Go to
realize
brunch?
that there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, there's nothing else to do.
I ain't gonna lie. My first year of college, I ain't go to church at all. I ain't even. I ain't even try.
No.
I went to chapel.
The whole
And then
time
that was it.
Outside my university,
Nope.
didn't go to church at all. We should talk about that on another episode. But the first
We do.
I watched Mom and Dad online. That's what I did.
I didn't watch nobody
That was my
online.
church.
I wasn't.
I didn't even
doing
roll out the
nothing.
bed.
Jordan and
Nothing.
I went on my Sunday. Went about my Sunday. For
Yeah.
I was
2.5
recovering.
years and not to church.
From my sinful Saturday. I was
Bedside Baptist.
recovery.
Bedside
Recovery.
Baptist, baby.
There you go.
Yeah.
from the night before.
Sinful
like a lot of church pastors' kids did that. Like, like when it's just like, I just can't do it. I need to take a break.
Just, like everybody else taking sabbaticals. Can I take a sabbatical?
I need some PT. I'm using my PTO because I got a lot.
Oh, I owe reparations of some kind.
I racked up a lot of PTO over these past.
Man, I still got some credit.
Yeah, I know I do.
Me too.
I know I do.
Big facts.
Man, me too. Look, I still.
Rest of y'all pastors' kids, y'all got a lot of PTO y'all didn't take.
Yeah, you
need to go take that PTO.
Period.
Take that PTO time. Enjoy
I think it's
weekend.
okay. Can I just say I think that's okay? Like, because I feel like you shouldn't stress to go to church. Like, I feel like church shouldn't be a chore. Like, it shouldn't be like a stressful, like, but you should enjoy it.
In our parents' defense, that was the only way they knew how to train up a child so that they would.
Oh yeah. No. But I'm just saying. I think it's okay. Like, I think it's okay. Like, if you reach a point, like as an adult, like if you're older and you're like, I just kind of want to like not go and like don't be all bashful like F these church people, like, because that wasn't my heart. I was just like, I just don't feel like waking up and going to church right now. Like, I go to chapel twice a week.
Not going.
Maybe I'll watch something online. I'll get my tithes. Jesus knew I was there.
Okay.
Listen,
my mama would say, if you can be out Saturday night, you can be out Sunday morning. So listen, I was up Sunday morning.
So if I'm not out Saturday night, then I don't have to be out Sunday morning.
That's what it sounds like.
I'm hearing.
I learned very quickly that if I go out on Saturday night, Sunday morning is not a thing. It is not a thing.
Guess what?
It does not exist.
With the Am's house, that one day we was out Saturday night. Guess what we didn't do on Sunday morning? We did not. We went to Am's house Sunday morning. We didn't go to church.
Hey, the church is where we are gathered. So church is not a building. See, we need to get away from this notion that the church is a building. We are the church. Yo, Am was just like, nah.
Yo, okay.
I was with you, Dave. I'm with you. I was with you, Dave.
We don't need four walls.
Nah, you sound like them people. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. Who spirit? What spirit are you talking to? Let me know. I want to know.
I need to know what you subscribe to because that's a little
whatever. But thank you, Am, for so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. This is fun.
Yeah.
All the way from Huntsville, Alabama.
Hey.
Y'all too lit for Huntsville.
We are no. This is a real story. Me and Carissa, who will hopefully be on the show one day, our other cousin Carissa, came down to Huntsville to visit Am, and I brought a bunch of clothes. I was like, yo, we might go out. You feel me? I was like, oh, I'm gonna bring a bunch of clothes. Like, I was like, this is not the kind of town. We don't go out. Like, I was like,
it is not.
Like, I brought a whole bunch of clothes. I was like, oh,
y'all hit square dancing on Saturday afternoon? Is that type of town? Y'all do square dancing in the afternoon?
She said, like, you ain't lying, Like, oh, no.
Heel toe, slide.
Nah. But that's okay, though. We live for Alabama, but that's okay. That's why I am going to come up to St. Louis so we can really be lit. So, next time you come, let us know. So we definitely
need to do a cousin vacation. But maybe we should talk about that off.
I keep saying this cousin brunch needs to happen. This cousin brunch.
Yeah, just drop all the kids off at their grandparents' and just let them go.
Kids are not allowed.
Oh yeah.
Kids are not allowed to cousin brunch. Because I feel like we gotta start small. Before we do cousin vacation, we gotta do a cousin brunch. We gotta start small and then work our way up. You know what I'm saying? So cousin brunch,
go big or go home.
Yeah, go big or go home.
Go big or go home.
We're gonna do it. You gotta do it.
David gotta travel across
a
few states.
Kids off.
David gotta cross a border like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to vacay.
Okay. Let me know. Where you want to go? Anywhere in the States. Let us know.
I'll let you know.
All right, you let us know. But But yeah, thank you, Am, so much for joining us. It was such a pleasure. Oh my gosh,
yes,
it was so
it
fun.
was.
All the way from Huntsville, Alabama. I don't know why my tongue is tied. All the way from Huntsville, Alabama. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, make sure you have this conversation with your own family. We do this show obviously to reconnect with each other, but also we want to do this to help other people. So make sure you have to connect with your family and have the conversation with your family if anything resonated with you. So yeah, till then.
Sure.
Sure, not sure. Peace and blessings, y'all. Shout out to Am.